Hello, everyone. It's Alexis with Create Your Future, and I'm back today, you guys, with another video. Today, I have a success story from one of my clients who got contact from her SP while she's manifesting, and also just some other tips about what's going on with your SP and your reality while you're consciously creating for a change. Before I get started, thank you for liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. Please hit the bell icon in the box below, and you get notified every time that we post new videos. All right, so what's really exciting about this client is that she wrote in a success story, and she first booked a session with me because she wanted to manifest her ex back. And her ex is also her ex-husband, the father of her child, and they currently are divorced. So she wants to manifest him back, get remarried, have him back in the house, back under one roof. And her divorce actually happened really quickly, so it was kind of a shock. And she's been working through with her mental diet, manifesting him back. Now, the interesting thing about this story is that while she's manifesting for him back, some really interesting things have been happening in her reality. And I have some fun props to show just like what's going on here and how you can view when you get change in your reality and your circumstances. Use them to your advantage and know that you're on track. Okay. So let's see. I'm just going to read the success story because it's really short and cute. Okay. Hey, Alexis, just a quick update for you. As you know, I've been working to get back together with my ex. While things are moving in a positive direction there, he just asked if I was doing anything for Mother's Day and will be hanging out with me and my son afterwards. There has been a strange development. Another ex, I wouldn't even call him an ex, more of a short-lived long-distance relationship, has recently been showing an interest in me. Today he texted that he needed to ask me a question. I was like, yes. And he wrote, will you marry me? I wrote, haha, in response. After all, I didn't think he could possibly be serious. But he seemed a little hurt. I have no interest in him beyond friendship, but I'm taking that as a win, that I'm obviously emitting something into the universe. Let the mental diet continue. Thanks. All right, so really cute story. And we often in the law of attraction and law of assumption community call this birds before land because, well, two things are happening, right? She's getting positive movement from her SP, who's in her reality that she's manifesting him back. He's been saying a lot of positive things. They're making plans together and he's changing. And she's also getting movement and evidence that her intentions are being heard in her reality by other specific people who previously were romantic. So I get asked this a lot in sessions with clients. A couple of things, like number one, why are my intentions coming through someone else who's not the SP? And then what's going on when this whole thing is happening? So you guys want to think about that. First of all, if you're seeing your SP's name places, or you're getting, like this client did, like you're getting information, you're getting the intentions that you're intending for your SP from somebody else, that's also a good sign because it means that you're creating it and it's already happening. Because you want to think of it like this, like I've used these pens in so many videos. Imagine that this is you in your reality and you're thinking thoughts and you're just sending them out like into your quantum bubble, and they're being overheard by everybody. Now, like we already all know, if you watched a lot of our videos, we have resistance to an SP if you have an old story, or if your specific person brings up your resistance about the gender, you know, like the opposite sex or your sex, whatever your preference is, about relationships, about your self-concept, or about what you think is possible for you. So you have resistance with an SP. You don't have resistance with other SPs. So that's why all of the other SPs or all of the X's seem to come out of the woodwork when you're manifesting for an SP, because it's happened to me. It's happened to all of my clients. And you just want to know that it's a really good, I don't like the word evidence or signs, but it just means that you're on the right track. You can see it as birds before land, which means that it's happening before you actually get into the full manifestation. Or you can do what I do, which is just say, okay, hey, like my intentions are being overheard. I'm the only thinker in my universe. And this means that because this person is overhearing my intentions, that it's bound to happen with this person, right? Because remember, coming back to the basics, we know that your thoughts are things that your thoughts create, and everything in your reality is created by you. I'm just going to make sure, excuse me, that my computer is plugged in for the best audio video. There we go. I have a dog visiting my house this weekend and things have been a little bit amiss. Anyways, so back to the basics here, right? Your thoughts are things your thoughts create, and everybody in your reality overhears your thoughts, and you create everything in your universe. And everything in your universe is at the basis of thought. Think about that 10 times fast, okay? Another video, what I had said is that you were created by a creator to create, and that's how you create. That's another way to look at it. But you just want to think that when this happens, number one, this happens to everybody. So if this happens to you, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're unique and special, but it does mean that you're on the right track and that you're on the right intentions, and the intentions are being overheard. Because like we also know, persistency with this whole mental diet, changing of something in your reality is key, and you want to persist knowing that these are kernels of evidence that you're doing the right thing. We don't want to get upset that it's not happening from the right SP, or get irritated that all your exes are coming out of the woodwork. You do want to see it as a positive for your self-concept, that you're working on yourself and you're changing literally you're changing the thoughts that you give out into your reality. So I'm hoping the video quality today is okay. In any event, all right, so like this client, you always want to see it as positive momentum, positivity, that your thoughts are things and your thoughts are creating. Another way to look at this about what is happening with your specific person when you're recreating them is, think of it like this, you guys. Let's imagine that I'm your SP, okay? If I'm actually your SP, like someone wrote in another video, that's funny, okay? I'm very flattered. Okay, but let's imagine I'm your SP. Like I'm Joe Schmo, I'm Jerry, I'm whoever it is, right? And let's say that over time, now I'm not going to put words on these Post-its. You know what? I wasn't gonna, but I'm going to throw them away after, because there are things we don't want, all right? So let's imagine that I am your SP, okay? And over time, you have had a certain kind of scenario. Let's imagine that I'm your SP and we're currently broken up. And we had a relationship at some point, and I did something not so kind, and I had some behavior that you didn't like, and now we're not in contact, okay? So what you've done is you've thought thoughts that are just of your reality, right? Such as, I don't call you, so I get the thought, it sticks to me. I don't call you, so guess what? I don't call you, all right? And then you've had the thought about me, because I don't call you, doesn't like me. Like he or she doesn't like me. If you're a woman, imagine that I'm a Jerry doll. Imagine I'm Jerry. If you're a man, imagine that I'm Jennifer, okay? Doesn't like me, right? So then what do I have to do? I don't like you because you tell me not to like you, okay? So let's see. Doesn't like me, doesn't call me, won't give me, ready? Lovin', okay, covers lots of bases. Won't give me lovin'. This person won't give me lovin'. They don't want to spend the night with me. They don't want to give me what I want, or they're selfish in that department, which is even worse, okay? So won't give me lovin', doesn't call me, doesn't like me. Let's think of another one. Hey, like if I don't think of something that you think of, you could put it in the comments. The dog that is visiting me might show up in the video here. You never know. She's half Doberman, half Husky. She's my sister's dog. She's roaming around. Okay, so back to what we're doing here. Let's see. One more thing could be mean to me, right? That's behavior we don't like in an SP. Mean to me. All right, so let's imagine that I'm your SP in your reality, and you have thought all these thoughts about me. And let's pretend, because this is what we do in our reality, when our 3D reality, which again, remember now we know is an illusion. But until you knew this, you didn't know that your 3D reality was an illusion. So you thought these thoughts a lot, right? Like, let's imagine again, I'm your SP. Don't hate on me, okay? But I didn't call you. Like, I didn't call you back like twice. So then you thought the thought a lot. She doesn't call me. He doesn't call me. There was something that I did that showed that I didn't want you. So then you just thought, he or she doesn't want me, doesn't want me, doesn't want me, doesn't want me. Doesn't give me lovin', is mean to me. You thought those thoughts a lot. So like, imagine that when you thought those thoughts a lot about someone, it's like they get stuck to them. And that's the only way that they can behave. Because your thoughts and your reality are like assigning to everybody what to do, right? Your thoughts, pens and Post-its. Your thoughts are going out to people in your reality, and they're literally telling them what to do. They're assigning them behavior. They're assigning them how to treat you. They're assigning them how to show up for you. They're assigning what clothes they wear. They're assigning the amount of money they make. They're assigning their personality. All of these things are assigned by you, created by you, because you think a thought, and then another thought, and then another thought, and then another thought, and soon it becomes an assumption, it becomes a belief, and it's stuck to the person like glue, okay? So let's imagine, like, just like this client, that you had thought these thoughts for a while, right? Like you've thought these thoughts repetitively, and that's how they're held in place. So let's say, imagine that you want to start Like, let's say you want to recreate me. Let's go for the gold. You want to recreate me. You want to change all of these things. So you decide, I'm going to recreate Jerry. I'm going to recreate Alexis. Okay. So here we have, doesn't like me, won't give me lovin', mean to me, doesn't call me. All right. Now, let's instead decide that the new person that we're recreating wants me, adores me, loves me, chooses me. So with your intentions, because let's just imagine you booked a session, right? And one of our coaches on the team or me has said to you, all right, well, these are your intentions. She wants me, she loves me, she chooses me, she adores me. Okay. So you start thinking she chooses me. Stick a new post-it. She loves me. Stick a new post-it. Wants me. Stick a new post-it. Adores me. Stick a new post-it. It's the exact same process, you guys. So all you're doing is assigning new thoughts to the same person to get a different version of them. But the thing that happens that you want to keep in mind with this process always is it's kind of like this. Like you assign the new thoughts and then the new thoughts kind of molecularly change. Like a couple of them might fall off. Because like you don't really know if you deserve that, you know? Like you don't really know. The whole thing with the SP thing is we don't really know if we deserve to be adored, wanted, loved, and chosen, right? So you start thinking these new thoughts. Chooses me, adores me, loves me, wants me. Look at this, right? Okay. And then they kind of start to, they start to float. As your self-concept changes and evolves, and the more that you persist in these, though, these become the new thoughts. So it's like the old thoughts that we had, doesn't like me, won't give me love, and mean to me, doesn't call me. These thoughts no longer exist. They dissolve because now you've jumped into a reality where you're loved, wanted, adored, yeah, and chosen because you deserve it. Okay. But so this process for everyone is a unique process. If you're one of our clients who has been at this for a while and you haven't gotten the movement that you wanted, no worries. It doesn't matter because this process is inevitable because your thoughts are things your thoughts create, and everybody again in your reality, right? Everybody in your reality is functioning based upon the thoughts that you've given them. And then they have no option besides to act the way that you have told them to act. Now, the other thing is, like I said before, is that persistency is key. Now, we've said this in a million trillion videos in a million trillion ways. Not a million trillion, okay, but close to it, I feel. And that persistency is so key because remember, you're jumping from one reality into another reality. You're jumping in the reality where you're not chosen, not called, not wanted, to being chosen, adored, and loved. And like literally in those two different versions of reality and those two different parallel realities, the opposite ideas, the opposite thoughts don't exist. So again, there's the post-its number one, and then there's the post-its number two. In the reality of being chosen, adored, and wanted, the other thoughts wouldn't even exist because you would be chosen, adored, and wanted. You get what I'm saying? So there's a quantum jump always happening with your thoughts when you're recreating someone. But hey, everybody, we can all get loved. We can all get chosen. We can all get adored. And we can all get wanted. Like, it's that simple. But the other thing I want to say too here is that you've got to be persistent in it, and you got to be reclaiming your specific person and re-choosing them with your thoughts on a daily basis. So you don't want to be reacting to your 3D reality. If this is really what you want, take this note as like take this video and these ideas, these notes as your push to stay on your mental diet, because getting loved, wanted, chosen, and adored, you can, but you got to persist in the thoughts that you are. That's all you have to do. And you have to persist for as long as it takes until you get there. Now, it might sound, it's easier to said than done in a video, because when you're in your reality and you're not experiencing what you want from your 3D reality, but you're holding the belief in the space and the place inside that it's possible, and you keep on affirming for it, then it's possible, right? So anyways, this is my like handy dandy roundabout way of saying that you can have anything that you want. You can be, have, or do anything that you want in your reality. You just have to have the right thoughts, the beliefs, and the assumptions that it's all possible for you. And it all comes down to your mental diet, right? So anyways, this is kind of, a fun way to look at this. Look at it, look at your SP this way. Look at your SP as having a bunch of Post-its. And what Post-its do they have stuck to them? Are you in the midst of recreating them? Are they the old version? Are they the new version? Imagine that all the thoughts that for the, I've said this in so many videos, your thoughts go from the front of your mind to the back of your brain out to your specific person. And imagine that those thoughts are like Post-its, every single time getting stuck to them. And every single time that you have a thought, think to yourself, on my intentions, do I want to create them to be that way? Do I want to create them to act that way? Do I want to create them to choose that way? Meaning, am I thinking the thoughts of how I want them to be? Or am I thinking thoughts of an old story, an old pattern, or an old version, or a new way or an old way of being? Because the answer is always the same. Get on the right mental diet, get on the right intentions about it. Think thoughts of what you want, because your thoughts create and your thoughts are things. So if you would like one-on-one support, I have the link for coaching, for booking one-on-one coaching with me is in the box below. And right now I also have 2 courses available. The first one is how to become a master manifester. That's how to master your mental diet about yourself to create stability, strength, and emotional, spiritual, and mental security in your reality, because that's really necessary when you're manifesting anything and everything, is being happy, confident, safe, and secure in your skin. And then the second course is Get Your SP Now, and I take you through the process that I've created about how to recreate your SP or anybody else in your reality that you want to change, and through creating different exercises about how to rewrite the old version into rewriting the new version. So both courses are great depending on if you want to work on your self-concept at a foundational level or recreating your specific person. All right, you guys, that's the video for today. And one more time, thank you for liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. And before I go, just another reminder that until we get to 100,000 subscribers, every time that you post a comment on one of our videos about how Create Your Future, Law of Attraction, and or Law of Assumption has helped you, then you get put into an option for getting 3 free coaching sessions. All right, so comment away. Share the video, like the video, tell us what you think, and I'll see you in the next video. Have an awesome day. Bye.